This couple is the parents of a girl named McKenzie Shirilla. They were informed of a piece of news that their daughter had just been involved in a tragic car accident. She was brought here by helicopter. However, the incident did not stop. There next, they were about to hear a few things from the police. And this story would change the fate of the entire Shirilla family. Was she alone in the car? Was there no one else? Would she like to sit down? Oh my God, what was it like? McKenzie drove a car straight into a building in the car. 2 people died. The driver was the daughter of the 2. The people who died was McKenzie's boyfriend, Dominic Russo, along with their friend, Davion Flanagan. After the accident, Davion Flanagan was announced dead. However, as the investigation progressed, the police gradually realized that this accident was not that simple. The surveillance cameras showed many clues and evidence that this was not a normal traffic accident, but a very high-level murder plot around 1 a.m. On July 31st, 2022, everything started when McKenzie and her boyfriend Dominic met at a small party in town. They used a large amount of drugs and arranged to meet at 2 a.m. McKenzie asked Kelly, the host of the party, if she wanted to try psychedelics together, but Kelly refused. Then, McKenzie, Dominic Russo, and Davion Flanagan left the party. Dominic drove them to another friend's house to watch a movie together around 5 a.m. They were preparing to drive back home. At this time, Davion had asked McKenzie many times to take him home, but she kept refusing. However, her boyfriend Dominic still insisted on pulling Davion into the car and asked her to drive them both home. While driving at first, everything was very normal, but not long after McKenzie changed her schedule and went the opposite way. This was the way she had gone a few days ago. Go many times. It is the road leading to a large building at this time. McKenzie did not hesitate to step on the gas pedal hard, accelerating to more than 140 kilometers per hour, and crashed straight into that building, according to the police investigation. Later, before the accident happened, the gas pedal was pressed all the way, but the brake pedal was completely unused. No one survived. Smash that window. Go, oh my God, everyone hear me, no one is in there, so she is still alive. We have to save her out, not long after the rescue team arrived at the scene. In time, they started to give first aid. McKenzie, the only person in the car with signs of life. It seems they ran out from that direction. It seems they just rushed over from the other side of the road. Yes, but what I mean is at that time they crashed into a building so hard it was impossible to find all the people working here. All night long no one heard. They were all in the factory. Yeah, well up there it was very dark, that's typical. Even though the sound of the collision was extremely strong and the scene of the accident was very tragic. But it wasn't until morning when a man went out to buy breakfast that he discovered this. Then he called the police. I was the one who called the police. You reported, yes. Yes, I saw me on my way home after breakfast. Let me drive to that corner. Okay, we are very grateful that you called us. Yes, there was someone inside. After a while of searching, the police found 3 people in the car and proceeded to verify. They finally identified all of them. McKenzie, the only one who still had signs of life, was airlifted to a nearby hospital. She was lucky after emergency treatment was no longer in danger. The other 2 men in the car were confirmed dead on the spot. Rest in peace after receiving the news. McKenzie's parents rushed to the hospital. At that time, they only knew their daughter was involved in a serious traffic accident, but didn't know the specific details inside. What did they say to the 2? Nothing. Okay. She was brought here by the paramedic. Yes, I know that. Okay, just her, no. Do you want to sit down first? Oh my God, yeah. What should I say? The car crashed straight into the building. The 2 people in it died. The car was driven by both of their daughters. Who is dead, Dom? Come on now, calm. Down, tell everyone. I know we're dealing with this problem. Both of your daughters are okay. She's talking to us. Your daughters are still alive. She'll be okay. Who was driving? Oh my God. I think you just said something, Dom. Maybe. Oh my God. Who? What's his relationship with? Is he a boyfriend? Okay, in the car, Dom is dead. Is that what you want to say? Look at me. You just said Dom is dead, ma'am. Right now, I really don't know what to say. This is a serious situation. Dom with curly hair. Is it the same Dom? Is it a different Dom? Does the girl know they're dead? No. 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 Still don't know, although Mackenzie's family was very agitated. The police officer calmly explained the situation and informed them that their daughter was still alive. However, for the families of the other two boys, this may be quite difficult. At this point, the officers have arrived at Dominic's house and are preparing to inform his father of what happened up to this point. He still has no idea and doesn't even know that his son just got into an accident. Will be a little. Do you guys know what time it happened? No, we don't know. Right now, what we know for 100 is that someone passing by called the police around 6:15 to 6:30. Did the car crash into anything? It appears that what happened is they were driving westbound on Progress Avenue. Was it yes at that time? It happened right on Alameda. At the end of that stretch, they crashed into a building. They hit the sign in front of them and then they crashed into the building. Were they asleep? Nodding off while driving? We don't know yet. We're not sure. So, 2 kids are dead. My son is dead, and another one is in the bed. Yes, she's in surgery here. It's a horrible nightmare. Yes. Yes. Oh my God. A few weeks after the accident, McKenzie was discharged from the hospital. The girl suffered leg injuries, but they weren't serious. Maybe because she was wearing a seatbelt when the accident happened, while the other 2 weren't. Not long after being discharged, McKenzie attended her first Halloween party since the accident. She was wearing a costume. There was a picture of a dead man with red paint all over his mouth. The girl's parents agreed with this and said she needed to find joy after the trauma she suffered. It seemed like everyone thought it was a horrible accident. However, what McKenzie didn't know was that the detectives in charge of the investigation had been working around the clock and had discovered many signs that it wasn't that simple, according to the vehicle. Records taken before the accident. The accident happened. The accelerator pedal was pressed all the way down, and there was no trace of brake use. The location of the scene and the time of the accident also raised many suspicions. Accident happened at around 5:30 a.m. This was the time when there were the fewest witnesses. At that time, McKenzie deliberately drove on a road in the opposite direction from their original destination. What was more suspicious was that McKenzie had been to this place many times before. In addition, there was evidence that McKenzie and her boyfriend Dominic had serious problems during their relationship 2 weeks before the accident. McKenzie had threatened her boyfriend and declared that she would cause an accident while driving. All this evidence suggests that this accident may have been planned in advance. However, although this evidence increased suspicion on McKenzie's part, it was still not enough to find out the truth behind the accident. Detectives still could not determine whether this was really just an accident, so they decided to take statements from Dominic's close friends and Mainin as well as their family to collect more clues. Understand that you are not under arrest. You can leave here anytime you. We have about 10 questions for you. You and she. What money? How long have you known each other? We started in hang out in the same circle of friends. Me and she dated for a while. No more than a summer. I only dated her for about a month and a half or 2 months at most. Then Dom and I found out that she cheated on us, but we were not officially a CM yet, so it didn't matter too much. After Dom and I found out about this, there were no problems or conflicts between us. They just got together and broke up at that time. I still kept in touch with her because we were both in the same circle of friends. After that, our relationship was not as close as before. You know what I mean? We were just normal friends. So describe it. What kind of relationship is she? A girlfriend? Like, how? There's no special relationship between me and her, because we haven't been dating for that long. It's like we're friends. But she's really a bit crazy, like she's not in her right mind. Yeah, she's like that. Personally, I feel like she wanted to use the accident to end it all, but she couldn't. Why does Dom have to go through all this? Do you know him? I heard that. She used a spell on him. She told everyone that she put a curse on him. so he couldn't touch her. She grabbed a strand of Dom's hair. She has a Dom bear in her room, and she used the spell on him. She'll tell everyone that she really believes in it. And on top of that, she uses a grandfather clock. So, do you think that McKinzie drove the car into the wall on purpose? I'm C-Dan. Try to see why she did it on purpose. I think if she thought that it was possible to crash a car into a wall without getting hurt, then yes, I think the only reason she survived was because she was so small. She was really lucky, but at the same time, I feel like she was unfortunate, because she killed 2 people. That's what she wanted to do, but I feel like I think that's all she wanted to do. She wanted to crash the car into the wall. Next, the police have questioned Dominic's brother Angelo, who was one of Dom's closest people. Angelo has given the police a lot more information about the relationship between Dominic and McKenzie. Has mentioned, yeah, every time Dom wants to play, she goes crazy. Describe how crazy she is. Sometimes she calls him and says, if you break up with me, I'll do this and that. Van Ann, what do you think happened? I think as far as I know, Dom tried to break up with her many times, even in July before the accident. Their relationship was always on the rocks, but they always tried to make up what she said she would never leave. Ex-Doong, if she had to let go, she would not be able to continue living. She always said that and drove at 94 speed. Yes, an hour. Their car was originally not fast. She almost always accelerated. Hard on the road, there was no trace of braking. Even before the collision, natural instinct would make people step on the brakes hard, but as far as I know, she drove straight ahead. I saw at that time they were arguing. I think she intentionally crashed into that wall. There was a lot of evidence against McKenzie. All the statements from her friends pointed to her being a very volatile person. Her emotions before the accident happened, she had threatened to kill her many times. In the end, the police came to the conclusion that this accident was premeditated. McKenzie will be arrested and taken to the local jail. Hello, McKenzie. Who can help me? I am the inspector who is investigating this accident. If she has been arrested, she has committed 2 serious murders. Number, no one will ask anything. No one will do. G, can you give me the keys? Can you be more careful when you wear the handcuffs? Don't mess with my bracelet. Okay, stand right there on the carpet. What's your name? Okay, let me unlock the handcuffs for you. I need you to take off all your jewelry and other belongings. I can't wear anything, okay? No. I need you. Take it all off right now. Mackenzie's parents heard that their daughter was arrested, and they were at the police station. Immediately, I have to talk to my daughter. You're not allowing me to talk to her. This is a request from the lawyer. I can't believe she just turned 18. We have a hold order signed today. Can you guys call ahead? Right. Now you scared her. Right outside my yard. She's an adult. She can't answer the phone right now. Okay. I still have to talk to my daughter. She needs to know that she doesn't have to say anything to you guys. You really need to mobilize. So many people came to arrest someone. Why did he just come out of the hospital? An 18-year-old kid can barely walk. It's too much. Although McKenzie was only 17 when the accident happened, but at the moment she is an adult and will be tried as an adult. She chose not to hire a lawyer and accept the judge's decision. Although there were also defense arguments that she lost consciousness when the accident happened, but the evidence showed that this was just a lie. Prosecutor claimed that she had intended to kill to end her relationship with Dominic, in the best way. The judges later agreed with this view. On August 14, 2023, McKenzie's fate was finally decided. Before sentencing, the prosecutor showed a video from her TikTok. This video shows McKenzie attending a Halloween concert right after the car accident. I'm not stupid at all. I'm just the type of person who can play a lot of stuff and not die. In court, McKenzie's mother Sheeta trembled and said, "This was a terrible accident and a nightmare." She also added, "My daughter is not a murderer. She has absolutely no memory of the accident." The judge also emphasized that after the car accident, McKenzie's biggest concern was not the safety of the others in the car, but whether her driver's license would be revoked. This was an incident that she would never Forget all of these things she saw with her own eyes, heard with her own ears. All of these actions of hers were cold and scary when she looked at this evidence. She would know that she herself had taken 2 innocent lives, and nothing could change those things. Evidence number 802 clearly shows the defendant's decision to kill. She had posed as a victim in an incident in which she was the perpetrator. So if she were to go free, all other lives would be. Threatened McKenzie herself, decided to step on all the chickens. Size, increased the speed of the car from 90 to 100 miles per hour made her own judgment for the deaths of Dominic and Dav, and she acted to achieve her purpose in the early morning hours of July 31st, 2022. Her purpose was to kill Dominic Russo. Her actions were premeditated intentional, and with a clear purpose. This was not reckless driving. This was murder. On August 14th, 2023, McKenzie was convicted of murder, 4 counts of aggravated assault, and 2 counts of aggravated murder by motor vehicle. She was also charged with possession of drugs and criminal tools. She will face a prison sentence of 15 years to life. She is currently incarcerated at the Ohio Women's Correctional Facility and has the opportunity for parole for the first time in 15 years. After watching the video above, do you feel McKenzie Shirilla intentionally murdered Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan, then disguised it as a car accident? Let it simply be a normal accident. The police were unable to provide concrete evidence to convict Mackin, however. The court's verdict on such a sentence for McKenzie is really satisfactory. Please leave your opinion in the comment section below this video. Don't forget a like and a subscription to my channel so you don't miss interesting videos. This words, hello and see you again.